Hi and welcome. So I signed up for something this year, and no, it's not one of the regular, what they called subscription boxes without supplies. I follow people who get those, and that's interesting. But there's some supplies that get shipped out from those sometimes that I would quite frankly not like to pay for. Um, so something else came up, something I would absolutely pay for, and there's a bit of a story time behind that actually. So last year I was painting gouache quite a bit, and that's all fun and good. But gouache paint has a tendency to be a little hard on my what are they called, watercolor brushes, which was what I was tending to reach for the most. Um, so I was looking for some brushes that for that purpose, and really short after, actually, while I was still kind of trying to decide what to get, Craftamo hired SAR Burns to make a set of gouache brushes, and I was actually one of the first people who ordered those. They sold out the same night as they launched, and as you can see, they've been loved. My favorite is this 1/4 inch extra long flat. That is amazing. I've used them for watercolor as well. That works okay. It's more the other way around where the gouache is a little harsh on watercolor brushes. So I really love these in so many ways, and I've used them over the year. And so when Craftamo and SAR Burns announced that they had another collab, I signed up for the year-long SAR Burns course, and that box arrived today. I'll not show you the front of this, but it came wrapped in a bubble wrap envelope in a brown cardboard box and was cling wrapped. So it came really well packaged. I don't remember how the first brushes came because that's been so long ago. I'll show you what is in here. Um, this is the box that comes, and then of course Sarah has made the artwork for it. And when you open it, there's more art on. I just saw this and I thought, but yeah, that's not it. Is this one that I won't show you. On the back side is the link for the course, and I'm not sharing that, of course, because that's the prime reason why I bought this, and that's what Sarah and Craftamo is making some money off. So I will not share the link. I might share what I get out of it, but not sure. But I'll show you the what is in here. It has been opened because my husband wanted me to show what I got. So this one is special. There's a few extras in here. The extra is this cute little spray bottle. I got spray bottles, so I'm not sure I'll use this anytime soon. Spray bottles last a long time for me. There's a roll of tape, and I actually know that this is Hanemühle tape, the new washi tape type thing they brought out recently. Sarah asked to have it with no print because she found the print distracting. Then there's 2 brushes, and the 7 brushes from the other set. You can buy the other set. This box is currently sold out, but her regular set with 7 brushes is still available on Craftamo, and I'll the 7 brushes is also in the year-long subscription thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which ones of these are the doubles, and then I'll just save them unused. Because there's no point in having 2 of the same brush going at the same time. But I expect eventually to wear some out. And I think these are actually amongst. So that is a 1/2 inch flat, and that's a 1/2 inch flat. And the other is a 12 round. And that's a 12 round. So these I will not use today or anytime soon. I got a stash of things that I save. These are just doubles. Precious doubles, that is, because I am really happy to get extras of those because I like them. Then you get 4 tubes of gouache, and this month is primary white, ultramarine deep, lemon yellow, and quinacridone red. And they are Shin Hands Professional Designer gouaches. Now, you can get these on Jackson's and probably also other places. I just know Jackson's. If you want to buy them yourself and light fastness is a thing for you, please keep an eye on it, because especially many of their reds is not light fast. There's the quinacridone red, and I believe some what they are called, I think they have cadmium reds that are, but keep an eye on it, because especially the reds, it tends to be not light fast. So 4 tubes of paint. I don't know if we get 4 tubes each month. We get some. And then this month is also this little pouch with a mixing spatula. That was a surprise because I either forgot or didn't know about it. That's a little tricky to get out. And then this little clear plastic palette. You can put it on top of your paper and see how your colors look on the paper, because sometimes you can paint gouache on some colored paper. It's cute that it comes in a little pouch. Sarah is very much plein air painter, so everything is probably thought out to be. And in here should be 4 sheets of cotton Ricola paper. So you get everything but water to start painting with. Oh, this feels nice. This feels almost hot press, but not quite. It's smoother than most cold press. Yeah, so 4 sheets of paper. So my plan for this is I cannot and will not, absolutely will not share Sarah's stuff. But at the end of it, this is quote unquote just paint and brushes. I'll move this out of the way. So I'm thinking I could do some gouache painting. One video with a gouache painting every month that has nothing to do with the course other than using the supplies that I get. Because if I don't paint a lot, then I'll never ever get all that gouache used. I mean, 30 tubes of gouache is a lot, plus extra white. That's just like crazy. The price is really good. Other than looking, last year I was looking for gouache brushes. This year I have been looking a little bit for online workshops and the like of that. And I got an invite from a different art company, and the teacher was an artist that excites me far less than SAR Burns. SAR Burns, if you don't know, is on YouTube. I'll link her video channel in the description. And she's one of my favorite YouTubers for so many reasons. And yeah, so I got the offer for an online tutorial workshop thing from another artist, and that was crazy expensive. It was not very many hours. I think it was a 2 or 3 hour course, and without materials, it cost like half of what this entire year thing is costing us. So it was I like Sarah Burns' art and her personality and her way of explaining things, and I like the price and I like the medium. So there it was like a ooh, I gotta do this kind of thing. And I signed up and paid for the whole year. I have to pay for shipping each month, but yeah, I think they might open up for more people to sign up later. They extended the sign up period past things. This was supposed to show up in January, was my expectation, but they shipped it on the 31st, and it took 2 weeks to get here, pretty much. So I expect the next one maybe sometime in March, I guess. If they ship on the last day of the month, each month, then the next one will be in March. Um, I'm really really excited about this because, as I said, I love Sarah. I like and I like online workshops, also live workshops if they're held places I can go to without too much fuss. Um, because you can't help learn something, and if you don't really learn something, I I feel I get inspired by just going and doing stuff, and sometimes I just let things simmer a little bit in the back of my mind after a course. I'm not a beginner so much, so I need to learn like basics, but there's always something you get out of, even if I took a beginner's course, and I expect maybe the beginning of SAR Burns courses here will be kind of beginnerish. There's always something you can pick up, and then if you just let it cook in your brain, then you will eventually adapt it to something you can use. So so I expect no matter how it goes, I'll get something out of this. I'll never be able to paint like Sarah Burns. This is her style. This is how she paints. And I mean, I get 12 more Sarah Burns print. I already got the print that came in the first box. I need to buy a bunch of frames because I love this. Um, but maybe there's something there. Maybe I can get my bum out of my studio and get out and try plein air painting again. I haven't done that for ages. So I will clean up a little bit, and then I think we should swatch these things. I'm gonna put this palette away and this, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm currently saving my paper for the course. So I got this Fabriano watercolor paper. It's quite inexpensive. It's what, 25% cotton or something, but it's really good for swatches and stuff like that. So ultramarine, quin red, lemon yellow, and white. Try it. And I got water here on the side. It's not as clean as it could be, but I'm too lazy currently and impatient to go change it. And there was my brushes. And now if you forget, these were the ones I already have. So let's test it. I've never tried shin hand before. So I have no idea what to expect. SAR Burns did make a video a while back about some different brands of gouache that she liked and disliked. She had bought all kinds of gouache, and some of it we agreed on, and some of it we have diverging opinions on. So I'm curious about this. I think we were mostly agreeing, but there was one brand we have very diverging ideas about. And one brand or two brands she was trying, I never tried, so I don't know. So let's just start with yellow here. This is of course a primary set. Oh wow. And it's very, very, a little is gonna go a long way. Comes out of the brush okay. Some gouaches can be really, what do you call it, gummy or something, or it can be really hard to get out of the brush, but this is not one of them. Okay, that ultramarine looks somewhat transparent, and it is high-end gouaches is not super opaque necessarily. They're more opaque than watercolor, but you might need to do a couple of layers if you want it to be really opaque. So it's very vivid though. I think it looks like maybe a green shade. Just called ultramarine deep. It looks like it could be a little bit of a green shade. On Quinn Red. Looks more opaque. The way you on the paper can tell when you are painting with gouache is you can tell how much the paper kind of tends to seem to shine through, and especially while they're wet. So that's cool. The white I'm not gonna swatch, but I'm gonna try maybe that little thingy that came with that palette could be used, because I think one of my problems with me and gouache is that I tend to mix with my brush. Come on. This looks something like something from my lab days. I used to study geochemistry, so I spent some time in the lab. So this is the pink you get with white. Cool. And it's a titanium white, I believe. Primary white. So yeah, PW6, definitely. Well, what kind of pigment is in here? I'm curious. PR 254. Oh, there's so much pigment in the brush. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna try and do the same with the brew. I'm not sure if I like this one. Maybe no, it's very stiff. But it's okay for picking up paint. Yeah, so as I expected, you could get like a kind of a sky blue with the white and ultramarine. Trying to get the white off the tip there because I don't want blue into my yellow quite yet. Just some white. PY3, not my favorite yellow pigment. PY3 is a little bit of a weird. It's a nice color, but the pigment is a little weird because sometimes it is said to be light fast and sometimes it's fugitive. I try to avoid it most times. But it's very often, if you get primary sets, it will very often be in there. Because I think it's an affordable pigment. So let the mixing begin. So white and blue and white gives a delicate green. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, I can see why a seascape was picked for this box. Okay, so let's take some of this blue and white and mix into the pink. Get kind of a delicate lavenderish color. Maybe not as bright of a violet as one would expect in a primary set, but this is a landscape set, so that's cool with me. So let's take some of this yellow and mix in with that pink. We got some more red here. So that gives us kind of a coral. Color. That is cool enough. Now that into that violet. See if we can get some kind of a gray over that. Need a little more of the blue. So that red, unsurprisingly, is kind of dominant. Now we have been testing the clean color, so I'm less worried about mixing things together. Some more blue gay, was it dusty blue? It's a slightly olive green. That's no surprise with the red in there. And the reason why I'm using kind of the mixture already on the palette is because I'm trying to see what kind of muted colors this will give. And that will require just kind of everything being mixed together anyways. I'm curious if I can mix something that resembles a black. And for that we need the stuff without the white. So here's some of the red. And some blue. Ultra green, deep blue. And that gives a near black violet. Grab a little bit of yellow to mix in there. And it's a violetly brown at the moment. Mixing blacks can be a little tricky because it's to get the mixture just so. I'd say it's close enough. So yeah, that's a really good choice of colors. Try and get some of the pigment off my brush here because I don't like rinsing it all off. I didn't try an orange, but there's not so much of the yellow, and there's tons of paint still in my brush. Okay, so the purple and the yellow give something that resembles that. Okay. Try again. See if I can get a. Oh, it's still. But I think it's my rinse water by now that is so dirty that there's a bit of white in there. Yeah, so it is kind of a corally type of orange, even. But I think that red is a little bit blue leaning, and that's okay. There will be other reds later in the box. I have seen the colors she picked. There was a live stream where she showed the brushes and the paints. And she had another stream where she was mixing colors. So and I like that. I like what knowing what I can expect. I'm not going to do a painting in this particular video. It's just going to be a swatch video. It's already plenty long. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm super looking forward to checking out the course, which I haven't because the box came, I showed it to my husband, I went straight in here and filmed this. So I haven't even done the course yet, or looked at it. So thank you for watching for now. My thought was I might do some animal paintings because I miss painting animals. So I'll see you around. Take care.